Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Cat's Track. We post an interview with an amazing Canadian each weekday for your daily inspiration. Today, I would like to introduce you to my dear friend, TJ van Schalkwyk. TJ was born in Johannesburg, South Africa. His family can be described as truly multicultural, with his wife, who was born in Iran, their 11-year-old daughter was born in St. John's, Newfoundland, and their 4-year-old son was born in Calgary. The reason they decided to settle down in Calgary is because they believe that it's one of the best cities that they found around the world to raise a family. So nice. Besides TJ's family, he's most passionate about solving problems. He always looks for new challenges and opportunities to make things better and better. And you will find his full bio attached. TJ, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Catherine. Thank you very much for inviting me to join us today.
I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, this is really a fantastic initiative to connect people.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're getting some good feedback, and I think it's providing some hope and positive stuff for everybody. So I'm really glad that you're here with this.
Yeah, really, I've enjoyed all the different sessions that you recorded so far.
Thank you, TJ. You ready for the questions that we sent your way?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. Okay, the first one seems to be the most challenging for everyone, which is obviously the greatest challenge that you've had in the last few months.
Right. So I think for me, the biggest challenge over the last few months, it's been really coming to terms with the uncertainty that we face and finding ways to take action to manage it. I lived through uncertain times in past, personally, in business, also in society. But the scale and the scope of the current crisis is unprecedented. And the fact that it impacts every person on Earth across all aspects of our lives makes it very difficult to see beyond and prepare for the future. We're all trying to figure this out in real time. What I found amazing is that the crisis has actually brought us closer together in many aspects, as we are now more than ever collaborating to find ways through the crisis.
Oh, wow, that's very good. Yeah, you're so right. It's been difficult times for many, for all of us.
Yeah.
And how about the 3 things that you'd like to share with the audience today?
Okay, so I have 3 things. So the first thing that I'd mention is, that I think would be helpful, and maybe many people are already practicing, but, I think by availing yourself of what other people and organizations are doing to navigate the crisis, you can help yourself develop perspective and also help yourself move towards action. So at Korn Ferry, we have free resources that can be accessed by anyone, and you can log on to kornferry.com. The resources include perspectives shared by Korn Ferry experts based on research, CEOs and senior executives across multiple industries. They lean in to share their perspectives on diversity and inclusion and race. In our Accelerating Through the Turn series, we share industry perspectives on how to navigate through the changing business environment and perspectives on leadership through the crisis. We also have demos on how you can move to working and collaborating remotely. An example of this is the remote delivery of leadership development programs. We have virtual environments set up where people can experience virtual delivery and get a feel for how different delivery platforms will perform. The following links, and I believe that you'll be sharing the links after our call, but will help you access some of the content. And there's a ton of content available on the site. So specifically, the items that I would like to highlight is the Race Matters webinar series and the agnostic questionnaires. We've had a lot of feedback on that specifically. And then also the content, which was really a series of webinars with senior executives and CEOs globally, which is called Accelerating Through the Turn. And they share their perspectives on how to navigate through the downturn, through the crisis that we're currently facing. So we will share those links. So much of the change that we have seen in the world over the last few months is going to impact the work that we do, how we do the work, and also how we organize and collaborate to get the work done. So this will require new capabilities that will enable success at an organization level, leadership level, and also for the workforce. So that is number one, is really to find resources, access resources. I think there's a lot of resources available in the market right now. The second point that I would highlight is to practice self-care. When the lockdown started, our organization moved to a remote working model. It was quite seamless and happened very quickly. In adapting to the new model, we lost the divide between office and home, and it all became one space. And very quickly, the boundaries between work and personal life started to fade, and it became very easy to work all the time and try to manage your family all the time, especially with a 4-year-old at home.
Yeah.
So a few weeks into the lockdown, I felt depleted. It took a concerted effort to put some boundaries around work and personal time in place. And I think the boundaries today are more important than ever. There is significant upside to working from home as well. My daily commute to the office has turned into an early morning hike with my dog. My wife and I started a health program, and it is much easier to control what we eat when we can take the time to prepare lunch and dinner at home. And the third thing that I would share, that I think is really important is staying connected. It is easy to become isolated. And the lockdown can make even introverted people yearn for some social connection. Schedule virtual coffee meetings with colleagues. Talk about something other than work. Find ways to stay connected with friends. Continue to build your network. I am having more conversations to expand my network than I ever have. Many people are willing to set up virtual meetings to do introductions and have a conversation. Something that has been very helpful at work is being connected through communities of practice. We have regularly scheduled meetings to look at the latest trends in business, share knowledge, and collaborate to solve problems.
Excellent. That's awesome, TJ. Tell me, I know that I'm very passionate about brain and mental health, and you deal with leaders all the time, all across the world. What are some of the conversations that they're having with regard to the mental health pandemic that we're now going to be facing?
Yeah, that's very interesting. So, as we're navigating through the crisis, I think we've heard leaders talk about the mental health of the employees, and also the mental health and the ability of leaders to lead a lot more than they ever have. There's obviously a lot more challenges. People had to make big shifts in the way that they organize at home to be able to respond and to be productive for work. So people are reaching out and to find some help and support for that purpose. But also, business is continuing. So all the other factors that we were dealing with before the crisis, it's still there. We're still dealing with a transition to digital. There's a new reality, and we were basically dumped in the future of work arrived a lot earlier than we all thought. So we're still moving our organizations to move to more digital platforms. We were still dealing with cost pressure. There's a lot of uncertainty in the local market for us in Calgary, specifically in the energy sector, that has now been magnified by what we're dealing with in the COVID environment. So people are looking for ways to help them, for example, through coaching. A lot of people have reached out and asked for some coaching support to help them be effective at work and to adapt to the new reality. At the leadership level, the idea of working more inclusively is something that especially that's been magnified recently as we talk about race matters. The executives are looking for ways to help them have these kind of conversations. So conversations around race and inclusivity these are not conversations that all of us have had in the workplace before. And today it's necessary to have those conversations, because these are problems, and today more than ever it's necessary to deal with those issues. So we've had quite a few requests for support and people asking us to help them with those type of conversations.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting times, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the good news legacy story that you'd like to share?
Yeah, so we recently had an industry roundtable where one of the leaders shared an example of organizational agility. Getting the enterprise-wide rollout of a software application approved is a process that requires engagement of multiple stakeholders. And in most organizations, it could be quite a lengthy process. So the leaders shared that when the lockdown started, their organization was able to roll out software to enable remote collaboration to the workforce within 2 days.
Wow!
And it's amazing to be able to come to the realization that you actually can get this done if you have the right goal. Everybody is aligned around a common goal, and the right incentive, what can be accomplished in a very short period of time. These are activities that would have typically taken months or years sometimes to be able to enact.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, TJ. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you very much, Catherine. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you. Talk soon.
Thank you. Well, everybody, that was my friend TJ with Korn Ferry. Check out their amazing website and all their great resources. I actually dialed into a few of their webinars, and they're very, very good. So please enjoy. I look forward to see you at the next Cats Track. Enjoy your weekend.